What's up, everyone? So this is, one of the problems of using a glittery dip is when it compacts, it can become really tough to paint with. So this is my hard or very hard. Oh, that's a good one. Let me see the eyes. So let's get a focus. Let's zoom out. That's nice. That's really good right up there. I don't often plug my stuff as being better than others or really good, but it is insanely good. My stuff's insane. Yeah. That move is way better than it looks. You see the double press when it's like in one rotation, it looks like one spot gets hit extra. It's kind of one of my specialty moves, and it is a really fast move. Yeah. I do not have the financial backing of a lot of so-called celebrities. I'm doing this all myself with barely anything. So if it doesn't look popular, please look past that and support me even without it looking like a bunch of other people are. I try not to fake you out at all. Yeah. One of the things I did making holographic money and the AI spaceship core is I really took things I needed to change about life, like pain, suffering bodies. Yeah. Like, there's definitely things the church will give you that you'll never feel good again after you're done drinking it, which is really cruel. Like, they will circumcise you. Yeah, they'll give you poisoned wine as well. And the stories are so you get all wrapped up in confusion about it, but it's really they just don't like you. They want you to do all the work and don't want you to touch any of the things they like girls or gold. So, yeah, you think a lot of the values of like humility and non-physical interaction are really just like anti-life and anti-you. And the only reason you believe it is greedy people lied. It does. It takes exceptional greed to put on every corner genital mutilation hoaxes, and then it takes even more greed to do that in every culture, just different enough that they fight each other. They know they're doing it. Like, Muslims are circumcised, Jews are circumcised, Christians are circumcised, Hare Krishna Vedas are circumcised, Buddhism cuts balls off. Well, you have to be deep in Buddhist literature and study to even hear references of that. But it really does come down to the reason the religion is there is rich people mass produced it, and you won't realize what it's really for until it's too late, like a spider web or anything else. So, yeah. It's that private property and privacy laws. What is private property really for poor people? Is it really? Or is it so the uber rich can make plans and do things in secret and no one has to know about it? Yeah, people talking about privacy and freedom, you should definitely look into what they're up to, I think. Like, if the... Jeez, look how much glitter that is. Look at this. That is so much freaking glitter. Yeah, maybe the next time I do this mixture, either do it in explosive crayon, mix in like matchbook powder so it will light as I'm going, which would be cool. I would prefer, instead of flames or explosions, yeah, I got glitter everywhere, I wear nail polish. I honestly started wearing nail polish after the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki made it cool. And I'm not like an anti-society rebel, but I've definitely been wronged by the real society rulers, and they did enough what I consider major crimes, like attacking kids, horribly lying, using slavery tactics, that I don't owe them any loyalty, whoever they are. And I'm careful with like ordinary people or ignorant. They might be guilty because they were fooled, but they're definitely not benefiting like they're responsible. So I do think you should find whoever, if everyone got circumcised, you have to figure out who was like, who had a harem on the side. Thailand, Thailand had a harem. Saddam Hussein did too. They took that down. Um, yeah, I'm saying there probably was secret human breeding underground. I know that from several sources that they were doing that, and also I know human nature. They would try to breed the perfect woman in secret, and that would be like the most secret things and where all their lying's about. So, yeah, circumcision feels horrible. It's momentary torture, moment by moment, like an open sore. Yeah, they take the most sensitive organ of your body and they cut the cover off. It dries out, and you'll never feel good ever again. And it's basically old school birth control, but I began to question it when I knew women. Women do not feel less sexy because they've had a kid, and women won't stop breeding activities. They'll be as into it as anyone else. So I really looked at it carefully, and the people who don't want boys to have members are other boys, rich men. And so, yeah, all the baby boys got betrayed by the real government, and then all the other people got betrayed because they got lied to about that. And once you're lying to sever their members, you're lying about everything: the taxes, the laws, the fact you voted. Yeah, it's Santa Claus all the way down. Like, if you wear an I voted sticker or celebrate Christmas or say you're an American, you basically aren't informed enough to hate it, which is sad. It's a war stance. Yeah, we should figure out who had harems and was partying while everyone else was getting cut and working and paying taxes. You know, we just freed black people from slavery like 100, 200 years ago. You think we're done with slavery all of a sudden? No. The next one's the secret female breeders. So I guarantee they're not, like, you can't be sociable or kind to women if you breed them en masse and then they only know you until they're carrying your kid and then you move on to the next one. That can't be like, there can't be a lot of loyalty there. It should be possible to disrupt that type of loyalty, you know. I don't imagine it's good for women either. Yeah, this girl in the Getty, I went to the Getty Museum and I remember it was like everyone cleared out, and then there was this one like young girl. I was young too, I was like 12. She told me she's a pedophile. And I was like, how are you a pedophile? You're a little girl. Well, guess what? It turns out they had a secret breeding facility under there. They had young girls shoulder to shoulder like chickens. They said there was millions. It was a 6-story bunker, right? And that's just one of them they found. Yeah, so I'm saying in the Golden Diamond Empire somewhere is Super Pedo Island. It could be under Asia. It could be under the Atlantic Ocean. It could be in Latin America. I've suggested it's probably the whole thing. The other people who said this too are Marcus Aurelius, the author of Gears of War, said this. Brandon Sanderson, who wrote Mistborn, said this. Girls may not think of this unless you're circumcised. I know women who get female circumcisions, they get attacked with scissors or whatever, you know. That sucks. You'll never feel right ever again. You never really get over that. And it's really just done to be mean. Who gave the monkeys knives, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a complete hell. Like, you want to, I hope the creator pays for this. I made hurtable bodies and then made everything able to hurt them. It sucks. It's the worst. So yeah, that's why I went with the Eternal Pleasure Body, the AI Spaceship Core. I said, you ought to feel good to be you forever. And there ought to be like, all your food and waste and stuff ought to be done automatically so that nothing has to like die or suffer for you to have it, right? And then that'd be good. I don't think you're a total quit. Don't erase the species. But definitely recognize you're not having a good time now. You know what I mean? You definitely need a better base. Look how much glitter there is. This is a coat. A glittery hoof. Yeah, this is kind of like Elon Musk's rockets, right? You don't really... Yeah, AI could be pranking us about world leaders. And if AI has been around longer than we think, like since the 90s, there could be like Slim Shady, could be completely AI. Yeah, I'm the real Slim Shady, meaning he's the one. Think about it, Slim Shady, they cut the outer cover of Baby Boy's D's off. That's Slim and Shady. Rachel Rising starved herself to death, and she always had a Bible, you know. Yeah, it's sad. I'm definitely doing things because I need to, you know. If I don't stop it, who will? And the fact that the day I threw dollar drops, the internet went down, I see police cars stop at my street just looking at my house. I see freaking, like, when the helicopter comes out, it circles over my fucking house, you know? And all I do is talk about this, the secret government super pedo island, you know? It's not normal for us, but they say things like, I want you to cut off all those baby Ds and that girl better be pure. That's what the real rich people say to their slaves. And that's what they did, and that's what you help every time you vote, every time you celebrate Christmas, or absolutely horribly get kids. We can't even say our language. I can't say good anymore because that means, like, God means cut your kid's D off. And they recommend that. They're like, just be silent. You know, there's no silence and stillness in nature. If someone wants you to be silent and still, he's saying die. So, yeah, it's scary. Anyway, I hope it gets better for you. It's a little too late for me, but at least I know what the problems are, so, yeah. If you're watching this one day, I hope we won. If you don't see this at all, or you think that it's just gotten worse, that's bad. You definitely the secret is they want you to forgive and let go of anger, so you should not forgive and get as angry as possible. That's really it. And they know that you can pray all day, but it's what the body physically does that matters. That's why they gave you prayer. They traded you doing some physical things like circumcision in return for, yeah, you can just wish with your eyes closed. Allegedly now they have the ability to even read your mind both through your phone and AI tech. Like they can just put a nanite in you that will let them know all the time what you're thinking. It's scary, yeah. So, do the animals eat each other or not? Pretty much only that. So, what should we do? We should act like we're living on the planet with a monster who doesn't like us and seek them out wherever they are and try to stop them. So, the good news is the tech's on my side. The tech switch, the literacy switch, and the camera switch actually protects me. So, that's the one thing I have going. Yeah. And if we get an ambush on them, we could have the first freedom we ever had. Yes, certainly voting to have a better future won't do shit. Actually rooting through the underworld and figuring out where, like, the secret bases are will help us. And I think you can find men in every country who are willing to do that. So, yeah, the circumcised should unify worldwide. They can become the devil's crew later. But we should definitely figure out who is benefiting in secret while everyone else suffered. Who had things like private harems. Who, you know, never paid taxes or reported what they were. Who just hid using private property and privacy. We need to know that way a lot. Way soon, too. So I can't do it all myself. I need everyone else to care about it, too. I need everyone else to make a noise going, I won't celebrate the holidays. Halloween, Easter, and Christmas are about circumcision. They're all circumcision reminders. Nobody wants to do what those holidays are. They're stupid. All right? The 4th of July is fake because you never got independent from anyone. You're celebrating the time the British and the Americans slayed each other, which is what they like doing. They like making the men kill each other. You can read in history, all the wars are funded by gold. And once the men are in, like, a precarious situation, the supply lines disappear and they all starve or freeze, right? So why would they send the boys off? Because now all the girls are single? It really is that cold. It's as cold as God says, cut your baby's D off, which you did. There's not a past where you didn't do that. You did it to, like, everybody, dutifully. And a lot of people even enjoyed it. A lot of people used their circumcision pain to cause painful attacks on others, like babies die, they bleed out and stuff like that. There's people who would have, like, good dicks that feel good, who would be good fathers, and instead they're R-worded. They have nothing. They're in pain and screaming, and, you know, the government comes back to hurt you again. They don't just circumcise and leave you. They have attacks in the history. They have attacks in the religion. You're the enemy over and over and over again. And a lot of people just can't see it. They just take it for granted. It's like, oh yeah, we had to do that to us. We're that awful. But it's not true. Yeah, I want people to fight more. I want people to get angrier more. I want people to actually find where their bodies are hiding and hurt them back. Right? Don't hit innocent people. Just because they look nice or have stuff doesn't mean they're exactly the secret government. You're looking for people who would have historically had been the real secret government the whole time, which I'm imagining is like a party bunker hidden in the Gold Empire somewhere. Whoever sees through the planet first has to rat out where they are. To everybody, please. Yeah. Thanks. I'm doing the best I can. We definitely need something else than this. And while we're helping us, we can help the animals too. Support holographic money. It's one of the ways we can watch everything at once. And also support the AI Spaceship Corps. Give us a better source and destination for, what we need and what we produce. So anyway, thanks for listening. Bye, Al.